What's up, everyone? Happy New Year. Can you believe it's another year? Here it is. Um, my name is Alec Geek. This is the World Foam Alliance, and welcome to another episode of Get Off My Lawn. If you're looking at the splash page of the screen before you clicked on here, this episode is marked Season 1, Episode 1. You're probably all wondering, well, what about last year? Didn't those happen? Well, yeah, but last year was also us trying to figure out what it is we're doing, how we're going to make this work, what we should add, what we should not do. And you know what? We think we got it figured out. It's a new year. We're starting it, Season 1, Episode 1. Don't worry, we're not deleting the other ones because some of those have been a lot of fun and we can look back on ourselves and laugh at all the catastrophic mistakes. But, anyways, Season 1 episode of Get Off My Lawn. Um, First and foremost, if you have not realized yet, go over to worldfoamalliance.org. It is no longer just a beta, it is a live site. It is actually up and functional. If you have not registered, please go and register. Worldfoamalliance.org. Again, you do not have to give us your credit card number, your social security, or your firstborn. You may try to give us those things. These are things we do not need. And we thank you for that, but then also suggest counseling because clearly you got to talk to somebody because you're doing life all wrong. Anyways, be sure to register. Also, on top of that, World Foam Alliance the World Foam Alliance YouTube channel, be sure to register. Be sure to tell your friends to register. We are that close. We are almost at 1,000 followers. The more followers we get on this channel, the more we can do. The more we can do, the better we make this experience for you all, the more we can provide. Please register. Tell your friends. If you got access to your parents, make them register with it. They won't know anyways. Brothers, sisters, friends, cousins. I do it. Don't worry about it. If for them it's no big deal, for us it absolutely is a big deal. So be sure to register. Other than that, it's going to be a fun year. This is going to be a great year. Holidays were great, but I think it's going to be a good year. And also, so again, this is not just my show. We also have Captain Xavier. Captain Xavier, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year.
I've been ratted out. It's cold here. Dark. I'm hoping they don't find me. But yeah, it's been a good year so far. I've been doing fun stuff, been busy, then the snow came, and a lot of my plans were dampened. But I've been soldiering on. The range will be back tomorrow. It's always the Thursday after Get Off My Lawn. I do a new episode of The Range. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I will probably grab a bunch of random blasters and just run amok in my my indoor range because the outdoor range is currently covered in snow. And yeah, the website is live. That is exciting. We've been looking forward to the features on that. If you have not registered, you definitely should. There will be all kinds of things that will be done through said website. Help you find other people, help you know about events, help you post your events, all kinds of good stuff there. And the more people we get involved, the more stuff we can do. Same thing here with the YouTube channel. Tell everyone about it because there will be more stuff, but we got to slowly grow, which we have been. We met all of our goals for last year, getting up to the point where we could do surveys, getting to the point where we could add all of that sort of stuff. That's definitely made things easier for a lot of us, and we couldn't do that without your support. So yeah, now we're going to talk about rubbish. So, Al, what have you been working on? What's your big project at the moment? You got anything?
For me, it's kind of actually so. For those that don't know, obviously I have my Etsy store. We have the World Foam Alliance here, but then also I do conventions. And for me, convention season is ramping up. And this year I got 3 of them in about 2 months. So the big one I go to all the time is a local one. That's AwesomeCon. That's March 9th, I believe. Before that one is one that happens over at the Gaylord National, and that is KatsuCon. That was an anime heavy one, and that one is February 17th. But then the one I got coming up even before that is MegaCon. It is in Orlando. I will be there. So again, if you're in Florida or you're in Orlando or you want to go to Orlando and you want to come see me or come say hi, you don't have to, but obviously you can come see me. But I will be at MegaCon in Orlando. So I have been just trying to churn out as many things as I possibly can. I have some ideas for bigger, crazier things, but right now it's kind of making sure I have stuff in my booth because apparently, that's how you sell stuff is you actually have stuff to sell. So that's probably a good idea.
I mean, that's why I don't sell any merch. I don't have any merch. I need to get more merch. Shirts and buttons and stickers. You know a website I could go to?
If only. Maybe I should tell you more about these things when they happen. Which reminds me, dude.
Just let me know. Reach out to me. What?
Sticker Mule, one black T-shirt, $14.
Yeah, there
With
you
any
go.
logo, ships to you.
So I've started redoing a lot of my old favorite series. So I'm going to be doing Kinetic K26 every month. I'm going to be doing a loadout every month. The first one of each of those went live. The K26 went last month. My first loadout video went out today, and it was entirely too much fun. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's ridiculous. I had a lot of fun. Sergeant Deplorable came down and helped me film the intro yesterday. We filmed like an hour and a half of footage, and then by the time I was done editing it, it was 20 seconds. Yeah, there's going to be, I'm not sure what events I'm going to be traveling to, but I will get to see people and do stuff. We are going to have a guest here on the show today. They are one of the winners of Foam's Giving. They won the award. One of the things that you could bid on was being featured on this show. So they will be here in about a half an hour. At the half hour mark, we will bring them in and we'll ask them questions and all of that good stuff. Of course, this is a call-in show, so if you want to call in, there is a number you can call with an actual phone. Remember the last time I actually used a phone to make a phone call? Number will be blinking on the screen, and you can give us a call and ask us questions or just chat or whatever. You get 3 minutes, and then we tell you to get off our lawn. Now, if you have a particularly interesting topic, we might continue to talk about it. You're just not going to be here for it because this is our show.
Get your own live stream show if you want to talk about stuff.
Get your own live stream show.
And I just wanted to reiterate, he did win the opportunity, and I think he is happy. His handle is Virus, so Virus will be on with us, and it's not because I'm sure it wasn't like, oh damn, I won. So
no. Hang out with these nerds.
I gotta hang out with these guys. Oh, but then also what I want to touch upon too, and it's kind of important. So the worldfoamalliance.org website is live, and now what we're reaching out to and making sure that we want to get registered is if you're an admin for a club, if your club hasn't registered yet, reach out to your admins. Have your admins email us. We're going to post it in the chat right there because I know if I try to say what it is, I'm going to butcher it. But then you can read it in the chat. I need your admin for your different teams, or if you're the admin, to email in, and we want to get these teams registered. When we get these teams registered, they are great beacons, especially for the site. Because when people go on there, it's great that you know other people around you, but the first thing people are going to look for is a club. And then with the clubs in there, that'll actually help kickstart and make the World Foam Alliance grow even bigger than it is. Now, if you're starting a new club, we will get to you. However, we want to get the established clubs first. Part of it is making sure as the site grows that it's growing properly. 2, we want to have a vetting process. The idea being is why? This is the internet. What happens on the internet? We get all kinds of people that have nothing better to do, but then suddenly flood us and create random places all over the. We don't have to get into it. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's going to be people that are going to try to mess with us. If they mess with us, that means they mess with you. And it's kind of like, we do not want that. We want this built properly, established correctly, and there's no question about it. So that if you find that Al has a club in Virginia, it's an actual club, and you're not going to show up to some park and some guy's going to be sitting there laughing at you going, ha, lied to you. So established clubs, if you're part of one, or if you know them, or if you're the admin, make sure to email us and let us know you're out there and get you registered on the site. That way we can kickstart this off and really make this a fantastic year.
Yeah. And we are here to help people start clubs and get their clubs going. So if a group of people are all in the same area and they get together and start a club, once you've got that established and have actually started hosting events and have some way for us to actually verify that your club exists, then you are welcome, of course, to register, and we'll get you added, and that'll hopefully bring in even more people, which is the whole point of this. The whole goal is to help clubs grow, to help clubs get formed, to help them get things started. But again, we're building the infrastructure for that very slowly and very, methodically, and making sure that we do it correctly so that we actually are useful and don't become a hindrance. So, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I want to jump over to chat. So again, this is the first one of the year.
Chat? Anybody got any questions in chat?
Absolutely. Also, how were your holidays? Let us know if there's anything cool was there an event you attended, an event you missed, or what did you get for Christmas that you want to share, man? Did you
Yeah,
get,
yeah. What's the best blaster you got for Christmas if you got one?
yes. Well, I
What
can
did
do
I get?
that.
I think I picked up a double punch. I definitely picked up a double punch because
Oh, did you
people
get
kept
one?
talking about them, and I didn't have one, and they were on sale, so I grabbed one. I just
Have you tried it?
grabbed the X-Shot lock because
Ooh.
people were asking for me to do that one for K26, and I didn't have one. Oh, you got yourself a unicorn.
I got myself a unicorn. I got to make it fancy,
Nice.
but I got me a unicorn. So I
I
finally
just
jumped on
got
that
mine
bandwagon.
painted. I don't know if I have that video out yet. I don't think I have the video on that one yet. I might upload it for Monday. I'm behind on getting videos uploaded. That's actually never doesn't usually happen where I get ahead of the schedule. All right, what do we
Ah,
got? Someone got a rage fire. Which is the rage fire?
this is a rage fire.
Oh, nice. Very
This
cool.
this one I just finished. I got to ship it to the UK. Rage fires.
What else we got? Da, da,
Oh,
da.
there we go. If you see in the chat, you see what Kai wrote. I got some awesome stuff for donating to charity. Um, for the record, that was the minigun that I had for Foam's Giving, and then also one of the rival shotguns, the Forerunner. And
Oh, very
see,
cool.
this is why we get you to donate. It's a win-win on so many levels. One, it goes to a great charity. Two, you can actually win cool stuff. And I know for some people, I still got to send it. I will send it. It's just kind of catching up after the holidays and everything else. But how awesome is that?
Very cool. Someone said they spent their gift card money on an X-Shot long shot and a Dart Zone Outlaw. Good choices. You can't go wrong with either of those.
Oh my God, no.
It's really cool how many relatively inexpensive yet really high performance blasters exist now because of Dart Zone doing all of their pro stuff and then X-Shot getting into the pro line. X-Shot has always been the cheaper stuff and generally the not good performance stuff, but then they came out with the long shot and just everyone's like, where did this come from? Downside is being cheaper. The plunger tubes are made of a brittle material and they're breaking, but it took us all of a week to come up with metal plunger tubes. But I mean, it goes from like, oh no, my $25 blaster is now a $50 250 FPS blaster. Good lord! And then the solo, not only being the pro jolt as people are calling it, but it's a folding pro jolt, which is just cool.
It really is. I only have one so far, but I got to get more. I don't know. It's funny. Some blasters you get, and you know right off the bat, I got to do something with it. This thing, I am just happy with the way it is. Obviously, I will do something with it eventually, but that's telling you something. You open it up, and it's like, yeah, I'm good. I am really good.
My only complaint is that it's not orange, but I have the means of making things that aren't orange. So that's not going to slow me down much. I've got a bunch of different barrels for them that Xbox Games gave me, but I only have the one solo that they gave me because they've been out of stock everywhere because they're fabulous and people know it. But I think I've currently got one with a long brass barrel on it. I've got one that's an inline clip, and then I think I've got a mega one. So, hello to the folks in chat. We are discussing what people got for Christmas. What did you get for Christmas? What Nerf blasters? What's your favorite one? Did I get in any other ones?
Oh, there we go. Someone got two rival pilots. The pilots are great little
Ooh,
blasters too, man.
Pilot is a fabulous. It's interesting how the evolution of the rival Jolt has progressed. We started out with the knockout that had the opening breach, but you had to manually open it and you had to push in the priming handle. So it had multiple extra steps just to fire. Still a cool blaster, and the mods that people have made for it are amazing because it's got so much power. You can make it fire anything. I mean, you can make the thing fire a demolisher rocket, which is absurd given the size of it. But then they came out with the Fate, which the breach opened automatically when you primed it, and you didn't have to push the prime in anymore. So that took out 2 whole steps, which made it much more viable. And then they came out with the Pilot, where it's a break open breach, which gives you so many more options because people then made it take shells, so you can make it fire a whole variety of different ammunition, just depending on what shell you put it in. And it's just neat seeing how that whole system has evolved. The pilot is still, it opens when you prime it, and you don't have to put the handle in, so you've got the fewer steps, but now you have the added functionality of a break action blaster. And it's just cool seeing what people do in this hobby, and whether Hasbro has any idea what they're doing in terms of how that's going to make it easier for us to do the stuff we're doing, or if they're actively going, oh no, it was supposed to keep them from doing this, we failed again. Who knows?
I don't know. I think they're more focused on laying off 1,200 people right now. So this is our chance to run amok, because they got their sights fixed on other things.
I've seen conflicting reports on that. One said that it was actually just an internal memo and didn't actually happen, which may be the propaganda they're putting out. I have no idea.
Could be, because so I just did a podcast with the boys over at the Foam News Collective. Wait, is it the Foam News Collective?
Yeah, I think that's what they're.
Foam Nerf
I
News.
What? The Nerf News Collective? Foam News Collective?
They can kill me about it after. It's like, come on, Al, you got that butchered. Someone correct me in the chat, please do. But they had their first episode of the year, and wow, they had so much to catch up on. But I always love how they do it. And then I got to do the podcast. Like, absolutely. And I know you did the podcast, and Andrew did the podcast. I think the only one left now is Anthony, Maritime Phone, where we got to get him on there too. And they think that all four of us have done it. But we were talking about it, and I think they had even said that one of the we had talked about it, and I think they had confirmation that there were actual layoffs. I don't know if it's a different number or not, but I'm pretty sure that was there.
They would have done their if they've I'm sure they did their actual research. I'm not sure if that's something that you can just look up though. Who knows?
Well, maybe you got to look it up in the right place, right?
So we got somebody won a Seagull at Sub-Zero. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you got he got the flesh toned one, and he's been making it look like it's been tattooed. That is genius.
That is a great idea.
Oh, really?
So again, also, if you feel like calling us, you can actually call in by using the web link, or if you still know how to operate a phone, you can also use the phone and call in that way. And again, when you call in, you can ask us a question, make a comment. We'll take anything mostly. Or who knows, we might surprise you when you call in, cut you off mid-question, and have you answer a difficult question. And if you can't answer the question, then we're going to kick you off our lawn. We're going to ask you some questions. Yeah, call in now, because I need answers. I need answers from people. And I'm not going to tell you the question.
Recipe.
That's right.
You're only allowed to call in if you have a good sugar cookie recipe.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to Get Off My Lawn. Banana bread recipe. Now, what do you got?
Okay, General Strife apparently got a Fate, a Nexus, and a lot of Ultra Darts. Were you hoping to get Ultra Darts, or did you just end up with Ultra Darts? Because I'm not sure. Are they getting harder to find nowadays? I know Mega XL has gotten a little trickier to find. I'm glad I got a boatload of them when they were available.
I think actually Amazon had quite a good deal on Ultra Darts. Because I remember I picked up a box or two as well. And I know, so the DMV, so the Maryland Foam Alliance, they picked up a bunch of Ultra Darts too, just because they have enough people that use them for fun. And so they picked up a bunch, and it was through Amazon.
Cool. Yeah, I still think that the Ultra Dart got a bad rap. It's, on the one hand, like if you're going to introduce a new ammo type, it really should be something that does something that existing darts don't do, which they unfortunately don't. They don't have double the range like they claim they were going to. And some of the earlier ones, they were like, people were stress testing them when they were breaking, but if you did the same thing to a regular dart, it would have also broken. They are more durable in a lot of ways, and I still think one of the reasons they got such a horrible reputation was that the first blaster they released wasn't very good. If they had released the Ultra 2 first, and we'd had that rear-loading semi-automatic revolver as the first blaster out of the gate, that would have been something we'd never seen before, and I think it would have gotten better response. But since they released the Ultra 1, which was semi-automatic revolver, which we already had, and then it wasn't any better, I think it got a bad rap. I like Ultra Darts. One, they come in my colors. Two, I already had things that could fire them because they are the same diameter as old Mega, which means with some modification you can fire it in almost any old Mega Blaster, and some old Mega Blasters you don't need to modify them at all. The very first attachment I ever made for Ire fires Ultra Darts. But again, they didn't do anything new, and so trying to get us to like swap out our entire arsenal or build a whole arsenal around a new ammo type that wasn't interesting. Like Mega was interesting because it was a really big dart. Mega XL was fabulous because it's a huge dart. Demolisher rockets are fantastic because they're a whole new ammo type. Ultra is not different enough from regular darts to like make it easy to differentiate them in a games. Like making Mega pierce shields or Mega XL pierce shields, that's easy because it's a big red dart coming at you. You can tell what it is. You really can't tell that you were hit by an Ultra dart rather than a regular dart. So, but I still think it got a bad rap. It was a lot of bad planning and overhyped PR, and some of it was mismanaged expectations on our parts. But did you ever answer? I will not stop yelling at you. Tell me whether you wanted them Ultra Darts or not.
Come clean. Also, for those that joined late, just a reminder, if you the worldfoamalliance.org website is live. Be sure to go register. Again, all you have to do is make us aware that you exist. No credit card is required. No DNA test. We do not need your firstborn or your social security. Just let us know, and we will not be spamming you with other. No, we just need to know where you are. When we know where you are, we can tell it where other people are. Then y'all can connect, and we can continue flinging foam in joyous celebration. Also, our World Foam Alliance YouTube channel that you're watching now, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. We're trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. The more subscribers we get, the more we can do with this. The more we can do this, the better the entertainment experience is for you. We actually might even get some money, which then we can actually dump back into the show to make it even better. So be sure to register, tell your friends to register, sneak on to other people's like YouTubes and just hit subscribe. Did I mention I need you to subscribe? How about you subscribe? That'd be great if you could subscribe.
More subscriptions.
Yes. More subscriptions, please. Just a reminder. Also,
somebody has asked.
Oh, go. What we got?
Go ahead. I'm looking up something. Ah, there it is. Nope, that's not the one.
Oh, there's reasons why you sent blood, but we're not going to talk about that on here.
What are we not talking about?
Nothing. Someone in the chat had said no DNA test. Why did I have to send blood?
Okay, so there's apparently some new Rival is not dead. There was talk a while back that Rival was going to be phased out, and there was a great deal of concern because Rival is such a caller. Somebody's calling. Let's talk to the caller. Apparently, someone has
Maybe
actually
we should answer the phone. Let's do that.
Hello.
Who are you? What do you want?
Oh.
Hi, who's this?
What do you want?
General Stress.
Buddy, what's happening?
All right, fess up. Did you ask for the Rival Dart or the Ultra Darts, or did they just show up?
I asked for them.
Good for you. What for? What are you doing?
I only had like 20 of them, and I just needed to build up my stock just in case.
Absolutely. Are they the whistling ones or the regular ones?
They are the regular ones. I missed out on the whistling ones while they're like $3 a pack at my local Walmart, and I
those things are terrifying. Like they don't just whistle; they scream, and I love it.
I don't have any of those. I got to look into that.
Yeah, no, they're terrifying. What Ultra Blasters do you have, or do you have one?
I have the one. I think. The 4. I think that's it.
Which one's
I haven't managed to get a 2 because they're like $5 a piece.
Is the 4 the internal magazine one?
Reason. What?
Is the 4 the internal magazine one?
No, that's a 5.
Which one's the 4? They didn't
the
give
4
them
is the T-pole one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh,
look,
yeah,
it's like a foot-long prime.
The Nightfinder-esque one.
Ridiculous prime.
Yeah, it's like a freaking ridiculous gear prime thing.
Yeah. Those are neat. Like I said, I liked Ultra. They had a lot of power. I like the form factor. I just didn't like the. Anyway, you called. Did you have a question? Did you want to ask us something?
No, I just want to say hi.
Lovely. Well, then I'll carry on. What do you think of the grips on the Ultra Blasters?
They aren't as bad as Busby grips.
This is
Nothing
true.
says
The
that
old
Busby grips. They
Busby,
make them for like aliens.
yeah, the Busby grips. The early ones were tiny. I could get like 2 fingers on them, and then they decided to overcompensate, and they made them make my hands look small. Like, find the middle ground, Busby. Come on.
Seriously, like, come on.
But the new ones aren't the Ultra ones aren't so bad. But it's not as good as it could if they actually funded into grip research and figured out that people have human hands.
I want to know, what the hands are of the people designing these things, because it's weirdly long and thin. You're like we've been putting grips on projectile things for a couple of centuries now. Work it out.
You'd think they would. Maybe one day.
You would think.
It's a new year. Maybe things will change. Who knows?
Yep.
General Strife. Before we're running out of time, we should yell. Why did you get Ultra Darts there? We finally yelled at him. Now he can complain about it.
All right, I don't know what's going on here.
Because I didn't have any.
There you go.
That is
an buddy.
excellent reason.
Thank you for calling in, man. Always good to have you up there.
Launcher. I need this
What'd
in
you
my
find?
life.
What do you need? Are you talking to yourself?
I am talking to myself. Someone in the chat asked about a leak on a blaster, and now I've gone down the rabbit hole. Anyway, I'm pretty sure General Strife's time is up, so get off my lawn. Thanks for calling.
Hey,
actually, I just saw the image.
What do we got?
Hello?
Is he still? I think he's still here.
I don't think so. Maybe I'm just hearing voices.
Yeah, that's probably something we shouldn't rule out.
Could be.
So somebody asked if we had seen the leaks for the Nerf rival Mirage. I hadn't. I'm looking at it now.
I just saw it before we jumped on one of my chat groups. They posted a picture of it.
It, as far as I can tell, it looks like just another Apollo kind of. The one that I'm excited for is the what's it called? The Challenger.
Yes.
Which is the rival stripe with the banana mag. That looks cool. That is a cool aesthetic. That is a cool functionality. I like that. Everything about that. Other than not having a Nerf stock attachment point, but the back end looks like it'd be really easy to bolt a 3D printed stock attachment point on. So that doesn't worry me. I could probably design the one for that now. I've started learning 3D design.
Have you really?
Still not at all good at it. For years now, I have been really good at not knowing how to 3D design. I did all of my design development in my slicer, which is like trying to forge the Mona Lisa in MS Paint. But I got real good at it. And then I finally there were things I was trying to design that I just couldn't do that way. And so I bit the bullet and looked into Tinkercad, and Tinkercad gave me so many more possibilities, but still is not as powerful as a tool as I need for some stuff. And so Sergeant Deplorable is starting to clue me in on Fusion 360, since both Tinkercad and Fusion 360 are free. That makes it a lot more available. Do we got anything else going on in chat?
Probably a couple of things. You know what I just saw, and I've been itching for it, is for the Strife X. Obviously, I would, because I master key everything, and I hated the fact when the Strife X came out that it didn't have
a barrel lug, and 3D printed solid has them now in both printed and resin cast. Yes.
I am so excited. I can't wait to buy those, because then that is going to be like every master key I make now of the Strife ones is just going to be that. Strife X, boof.
Yeah, because then you don't have to mod it. Because modding has never been your thing, but now they'll have a decent performance, especially with those ridiculously long barrels. They need a little bit more oomph. The good news is with your ridiculously long barrels, it should almost certainly drop it down below the 150, and people will be able to use them at super stock events.
Well, here's the best thing about it too, is because it has its own LiPo built in. Now I have that blaster, which now kind of overlaps both realms that I go to. Meaning, from our hobby perspective, you already got your 150 FPS. Here you go. From my cosplay perspective, we're trying to explain to them any kind of batteries about anything, and then trusting them to buy the appropriate lipo and not give you crap about it after, which is why a lot of them I had to resort to keeping it to double A's, where now it doesn't matter. Here's your battery, here's your charger. Good luck to you. It makes my life so much
USB
easier.
cable that came with the blaster. You're good.
Exactly. So I am excited about this. But at this point, I guess people are probably bored of the two of us now. Maybe we should bring someone else on.
I mean, he did pay for the privilege. We should probably let him in.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we do have the winner from our Foam's Giving event. He'll probably tell us about it more, but we'd like to welcome our guest to the show, Virus. Virus, what's going on, brother?
Hey there. Am I coming through all right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, as you mentioned, I actually I donated some money to the raffle for the Get Off My Lawn because I saw it was going, and I was like, heck yeah, I'll donate some money. And then I got an email saying I won, and I was shocked. Yeah, but I've been floating around the hobby for quite a while, and just been kind of throughout college. I was part of the leadership of the Boiler League of Tag at Purdue. Nice. And so we kind of built that club up and, started to host some bigger events. I've moved on from that, but now I'm, frequenting all the clubs in the area that I can go to, building new blasters, and just having a great time in the hobby, honestly. I'm really excited
for the time to be in the hobby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, that's awesome. Do you have any socials that you can tell people where to find you? We'll do it again later, but just in case now someone's like, I got to check out who this guy is. Who is this?
Who is this mook?
Quite literally, I'm only active on Discord. You can find me as Virus, or if you're in Detroit Dart Talk, you can find me as Wiener.
That's awesome, brother. So then how long, excellent. So what got you into the hobby and how long you been in it?
So I got into the hobby playing Nerf with my friends as a kid. I had a friend who was rather well off, and he would he just had all of the Nerf, all of the Busby, everything. And so basically I would go to his house and we would have these huge wars, and I just never really wanted to give that up. And so, eventually I started asking for Nerf blasters for Christmas and other holidays, and started taking them apart, making them better, watching YouTube videos, mod guides like Coop, may he forever be in our hearts. And eventually some friends of mine and I decided to do an HVZ in our local park, and that started to become a more recurring thing. From there, we got into Senior Assassins in high school, which is, if you're not familiar, that's a game where you basically draw a list or a name from a list of people who have entered, and that is your target. And you have to take them out with a Nerf blaster before the end of the week. And then it goes in a big circle, and the last person standing is the winner. And I think it was like a $5 entry fee for a $200 pot or something. It was a great time. And then in college, as I mentioned, I went to one of the Boiler League of Tag callouts just kind of as a whim, and ended up having a great time, ended up joining the staff and helping to build a really great culture here or there at Purdue.
That's
Excellent.
Pretty awesome, man. That is very cool. And so then what's the local club that, are you part of a local club that you have, or you still jump around? Do you have to actually travel to get to one?
So I still actually live in the West Lafayette area. So since Purdue's games are open to the public, I go there pretty much every time they have a game. And that's like 5 minutes down the road for me. But then I also frequent Cincinnati area Nerf enthusiasts. Great club, very great indoor airsoft arena kind of gameplay, super useful CQB kind of stuff. And then also Naptown Nerf is one of the clubs I like to frequent. I've been to Nomad, and I want to go back there just because they're a really fun environment, but they're a bit farther of a drive for me now. And then Chicago is another club I like to get to.
Dude, that's awesome. So wait, were you at the last Kane event? Did you see Blue that came down from Canada?
I did see blue. Oh my gosh. So cool. The coolest blasters I've ever seen. Really great theme. Yeah. No, that was a treat.
That's awesome. I guess the next question is then, so do you get, so have you gone to any like big events? Which ones have you gone to, and which ones are you going to this year?
So last year I didn't get to travel nearly as much because it was my senior year of college, and I was just trying to, get out, be done, and then live my life for a little while. But the year before that, I went to Maryland Mayhem. That was a great time. And then this year, I'm hoping to get back out to Maryland Mayhem, even compete in the Maryland Foam Tournament, which is going to be really, really exciting. And then also to do the HVZ, have a great time running with my friends. I also am. Oh,
I was gonna say, hold on, wait, Cap. You know what this means, right? I don't. We now have a competitor. What team are you part of there, Virus?
I'm going to be a temporary sub for Team Midnight.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Watching the competitive part of this hobby grow in just the last couple of years has been absolutely amazing, and I love it, and I'm so looking forward to where it goes. And that's, again, to pitch the World Foam Alliance, that is one of the things we're trying to do, is host our own major tournaments and hopefully eventually do, multiple events around the country and big events with prizes and all of that. Which is one of the reasons we're also like, please join the World Foam Alliance, subscribe to the World Foam Alliance, tell your friends to subscribe, because it will allow us to do more things. We'd love to be able to get big sponsors in, so that teams like Midnight and I can't think of any of the other names of any other teams all of a sudden.
Paradox, Magic Smoke, Vapor. Is it Vapor?
All of them. Yeah, so they could actually get, major corporate sponsors and actually be able to have their, things like their travel covered and be able to afford more expensive blasters, because for us, travel expenses can be a lot. For a company like Red Bull or Dart Zone or Hasbro, that's not so big a deal, and it would help our hobby grow even bigger. I mean, Nerf has been the second largest toy after Lego. Everybody does Nerf. If we could make more people aware that our part of the hobby exists, that there are events to go to, there are big events to go to, there are tournaments to go to. Thing is, nobody knows about it because nobody in our hobby is any good at advertising. The World Foam Alliance has professionals that's what they do. So yeah, it's getting to be a sub for one of the big teams. There's a good chance that Al and I are of course going to be on the double Mega XLs. And desperately trying to get knocked out in round one so we don't have to play in round two. It didn't work out so well last time. Somebody brought a ringer onto our team and they won a round. The nerve of some people.
Well, for the record, also Team Mega Double XL, we are entered in the tournament again, and actually all members are returning. So our full team, the same. Not dummies.
Oh, good.
My friends, same ones are back again next year. But we do have an addition.
I don't have to play. I can be the mascot again.
Absolutely, and you're gonna have company too, because we did pick up a person.
Oh, good.
You want to tell them who it is?
Do I know who it is?
Of course, you know who it is. She doesn't qualify. Well, maybe I gave it away. She doesn't qualify for the age or the size. But how can you say no to her?
This is true. And
you still don't know who it is.
I know who it is now. I'm just not going to say it.
Fine, I will. Team Mega Double XL has now. We also now have Sophie Lightning, who will be part of Team Mega Double XL. She is going to fling foam with us. It'll be fun.
Just our luck, she'll end up being super competitive, and she and that other ringer are going to take us to like the semifinals, and we'll be stuck.
Well, the good news is I can ride the bench with you, and that way the rest of them can the rest of them can run.
Give really bad advice, like pop up now. I got shot in the head. Exactly.
Quit while you're ahead.
I want to go home.
But that's going to be a lot of fun. So then, Virus, have you actually done a lot of competition play competitively, or is this kind of like your first foray into it?
So we had a capture the flag league at Purdue that we did. That was kind of an intramural thing, and that was a great time. But it was also very stressful just with college and everything going on. And so after that, I haven't really been in the competitive scene for a while. So this is kind of my first foray back into it, dipping my toes in with a temporary slot in the team to see how I feel about it. I'm planning to really give it my all. I think I'm really going to enjoy it, but I think only going and doing it will tell.
Yeah. Always best to learn. All right, let's see if we have any questions in the comments. Somebody asked, do you want a Mega XL flywheel blaster? And I actually have one. I have Maritime Foams, the one that he created, the Gauntlet. I have his original one now, and that's a flywheeler that files Mega XL. But I assume you mean would I like Hasbro to come out with one? Absolutely. I would love them to come out with a Mega XL Strife, basically. Just for the sheer absurdity of it, just for the sheer, heavy bolter look of it. That would be fantastic. I don't know if they ever will, because getting something with enough torque to actually fire a Mega XL dart on, alkaline batteries could be kind of tough, unless it had like 8 D cells. But
it is. You have just played right into something that we didn't plan out, but it's awesome. And I guess I'm not sure who it is that asked that. So this past weekend, I was at DMV, the DMV Nerf thing, and UpW Designs, Jeremy, he brought one of his. I'm not sure if it's a collaboration or if he made it, but it is a bolter. It is 3D printed. It fires. It is operational. It has a mag, and the mag comes down like this and curves up. And I think he said capacity was 9 Mega XL darts.
Weird.
And it worked. I think he was getting about 95 FPS on the thing too.
All right, tell him to send me one. I want one. Black and orange, please.
Oh my God, it is. I think he's still refining it, but I was like, you got to be kidding me. He is just one creative bastard, and he makes some great stuff.
I have a half dart bolter now. I have a full dart bolter. The guy who gave me the full dart bolter made himself a full Warhammer scale mega bolter, chambered in mega. And now if somebody's made a Mega XL one, well, that's just fantastic.
Oh, it is. Just again, shout out. So we do have Andrew, aka Dart Sweep, in the chat, and also so Andrew is one of the major admins, one of the admins for Maryland Mayhem. So again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask us, and we'll just redirect it to Andrew, because we'll get it wrong, but he'll get it right. And again, Maryland Mayhem is happening this year. It's the first big event of the year, I'm going to say, and we will be attending. It is happening in Maryland. It's the weekend of April 19th or something like that. Competitive play on the Friday, HVZ on the Saturday, and then Sunday is the 11th hour, which is kind of just like your regular play. Plus, our vendors will be there. I will be there as well. It is going to be a lot of fun. You should definitely come out. Have I mentioned you should go to Maryland Mayhem?
You should. I plan to. There's a couple of events. I know I'm probably not going to do as much travel this year as I did in the last couple of years for a variety of reasons. But Maryland Mayhem is obvious on the list because I've got friends coming from all over the world to go to that one, and I'm pretty sure Al will hunt me down if I don't. I would love to get to Survival Fest. Yeah, I would love to make it to Survival Fest. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that one. I wanted to last year and just wasn't able to because of scheduling. So we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely. Virus, so what events? Wait, I cut you off when I wanted to talk about the team competition play. But then, so you're going to Maryland Mayhem. Are there any other ones on the docket, or is that kind of depending how the year plays out for you?
So I have heard rumors of a doubleheader in San Francisco that a couple of my friends from Kane are going to. And so I'm kind of planning a trip out there. I'd really like to make it out to RAG, because that just seemed like a blast last year, and I was remiss to miss it. And additionally, Survival Fest is one that I've been looking at. I know a few of the admins have definitely been talking to me about going.
I am going to Survival Fest. For me, it's only about a 4.5-hour drive, but that is the plan.
Yeah, the problem for me is both UMBC and Survival Fest are on the other side of the continent, which makes
Yes.
it a little more difficult to get to, but not impossible. I just need to plan and budget and schedule accordingly. Getting time off isn't a problem. It's, getting there. Why can't
we
we
should
have
do?
high-speed rail in this country?
Seriously,
do?
we should what we should do is so I'm gonna fly out to the Pacific Northwest soon, and then I'll go through his inventory and put it all on the put half of it for sale that he forgets he has.
Stay out of my bunker, sir.
And that way we're gonna fund we're gonna just keep Captain
You
Xavier
can do
traveling.
your own goodwill runs.
Come buy Captain
your own cheap
Xavier's.
blasters, sell them, and then give me the proceeds.
And then I get banned from coming to his house again.
Is 3 hammer shots enough? I don't know what I would do if I only had 3 hammer shots. I have a loadout that involves, I think, 16? At least 18. 20. No, I think it's 20. Counting up the hammer shots. 12, 6. At least 18 hammer shots in that loadout. Raid the bunker. I really need to go through and organize it. More stuff just keeps going in, and I haven't actually got it sorted. I got recently got invited to a Discord I didn't know existed. It's the Vintage Collectors Discord, and I wouldn't be surprised if I have some ridiculously rare vintage blaster in one of the bins in my bunker that I just don't know about because I haven't even gone through all of the boxes that ended up in there. Like, oh, what do you know? The prototype green Supermax 350. I didn't know this existed. Something like that. I probably have a Slingfire DX400 in a bin and just keep not recognizing it.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's probable. Well, there's a question to the chat. Not that he's going to, but in case he's going through his bins and realizes he needs to sell stuff, would you buy a blaster that was either modded or handled by Captain Xavier, just knowing that it was his? Make your comments in the chat. I think sometimes he doesn't believe me, but I know people. I buy stuff just because he touched it, and we're friends. Like, come on.
How much can I upsell it if I lick it first?
That's only a special menu, and that's going to cost people money. It'll be ziplocked for freshness.
I'll sell everything as penny modded, which just means I shoved a penny inside. It will probably gum up the mechanism, but that's all part. That's how it works.
I'm gonna be honest. If you did 3 pennies, that's good, but going 4 makes it a little unreliable.
The deplorable Mark II is technically a penny modded Strife or penny modded Maverick. The Maverick that he found. Somebody had done full mods on it. Then they had actually written full mods on the Maverick somewhere. And it was a penny mod, and then I think they had the drop cylinder, and they'd done some other stuff. But that was the Maverick that he used for the handle. And we glued a penny into the grip, so the penny is still in there, and then we cut the part of the shell that said full mods on and grafted it onto the Vulcan that the deplorable Mark II is. So if you ask him what it is, he's simply going to tell you that it's a penny modded Maverick. Yes, it also feeds from a proton pack, but that's neither here nor there. It's a penny modded Maverick. Full mods.
Absolutely true. Also, a reminder to everyone: if this is a call-in show, if you want to call in and ask us a question, make a comment, join in the whatever it is we're doing, feel free to call. Numbers up on the screen. You can dial on a phone if you don't like phones. You can also, there's a link in the description. You can call that way. But we are taking phone calls. Yeah, call. Or be afraid to and don't call. But also, just a reminder, as always, Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. We're trying to make it to 1,000 people. Once we get 1,000 people, the more things we can do, we can actually make some money and then actually put it back into what we're doing to make it even better and crazier. You know what? Get us to 10,000 subscribers, and we'll call it Let's travel Captain Xavier across the country. 10,000 followers, so we can pay for
that's
Captain Xavier's national tour.
The truth is out. The World Foam Alliance is just my travel fund.
Wait, did we say that out loud? No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
no,
That's not, oh
it's
no.
definitely not even a little true. I'd be going to a lot more events if that were the case. But no, yeah, definitely join the World Foam Alliance. Tell everyone to join it. Get on, subscribe on the YouTube channel so we can monetize it so that we can do more stuff. If you're lost in the middle of nowhere and don't have a club, this is a way to find people that are interested, because I guarantee you there's other people in your town that have Nerf that would love to have a Nerf event, once a month or once a week or whatever. One of the things I plan to do this summer is start a small community Nerf event here in Vader, which is all of 300 people. But if I can get 10 kids, we can run a Nerf war in a park with 10 kids easily. If word gets out, we'll probably have people bussing in from the towns 15 miles north and south of us, and it'll be fun. What do we
That
got?
sounds like a great idea.
People want money.
So.
My social anxiety keeps me from calling. That's fair. That is fair. But you can definitely comment. I mean, we'll read your comments. But yeah, you can call in either through an actual phone, which is weird, or there is apparently a web option in the description of this video that you were watching.
And don't be afraid to make a fool or ass of yourself. Trust me, I will make myself a bigger ass or fool without even trying. So unless you're trying to, but then don't worry, I promise to be a greater ass and a bigger fool than you are.
What?
So we can
It actually
do it.
worked. Somebody's calling. I know.
Oh,
all right.
Let's do it.
You're only allowed to ask Virus questions because he's the guest. These are the rules. Hello? Are you there? Who are you? What do you want?
Hello. It's Isaac from the Northwest.
All right. What do you want
Isaac,
to ask Virus?
Banana
wait.
guy.
Before he asks a question, I got to say something.
Uh-oh.
I know. Isaac,
Does he
congratulations, brother. Am I wrong? Did somebody get engaged?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome, man.
I didn't know he was even sick.
Congratulations.
All right. What do you want to
Anyways.
ask?
Yeah.
Anyways, question for Virus, because they are the guest. Now that you are venturing into competitive, what sort of blasters do you like running, and how would you feel that blasters affect playstyle?
You stole my question, you rat fink.
That is a pretty interesting question. I grew up on the Strife bread and butter, and if I'm being honest, that did not change for me for all of until about this year, when I built myself one of these SBFs.
Yep.
And I run this thing pretty much in semi-auto, but can choose to go full auto whenever I wish. The only issue I have with it for competition, and I'm working on this, is it's a little low in the FPS range. But obviously, like, that affects your play style in terms of the amount of darts you have to carry, the amount of what you have to watch as you're doing it. The time you want to actually move the pushes and the stopping people's pushes. It having automatics gives you a bit more command of the field, but it also gives you a little bit less command of the field because you got to be careful.
Through ammo real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the games where you get like a mag a piece, that can be a problem. Some give you more.
Yeah.
The games where you get 600 for a team as opposed to 200 a team or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get stuff like Waffle where you get 20 darts a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are 90-second rounds, so
that's true. That's a big blitz. You could make some big plays with 20 rounds, and you could really lose out with 20 rounds.
I've seen some beautiful pushes where they just wiped the entire team in one perfect push, and I've seen a few where it would have been beautiful, but they ran out of ammo one step too short. Like, and they got shot. So are you a more defensive player or a more offensive player?
I haven't. I mean, when we were doing the Capture the Flag League back earlier in my college years, I was definitely more of an offensive player. I'd be rushing, I'd be sliding, and I think I'd like to try and bring that energy again. The semi-auto, the lower range, it really helps with that kind of energy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do your games have a split cap between like automatics and springers, or is it all like flat?
All of the casual games I go to do not. I don't remember if Boiler Dome had a split cap last year. I was using a Springer and didn't really have anything else to try that out with. But then I believe Maryland Mayhem has a split cap as well. So that is going to be a factor going into blaster choice.
We are just spoiled for choice these days. There are so many good blasters. I cannot keep up with them.
I tell you. So then, Virus, then, so you showed us the SBF, man. What is it that you've built or you're currently working on?
Did Isaac wander off? Did we lose Isaac? Is he still here?
No, 3 minutes, man.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, wait, he's still here.
He's still Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Or do you have another question?
Nope.
He should have ask another question before he said boot him.
Did they actually boot him?
They
now
did.
I'm curious if he's coming to the event on the 21st. Anyway,
You know
what are
what,
you working on right now, Lars?
Hold on, Isaac, you can call back.
What?
Not now. Call back later.
Is he still here? He might still be here. I don't even know anymore. What's
I don't
true?
know. Go ahead, Virus. What do you got, brother?
Yeah. So obviously we were talking a little bit earlier about Christmas presents. Well, this one was mine to myself. It does fit in frame. I bought myself a Cynthia hardware kit and built it over Christmas.
Nice.
Really, really enjoy the blaster. It just feels so nice.
Is it actually left-handed or is the screen flipped?
It is left-handed.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you have for the top rail? Because mine doesn't have that top rail going over the top of it, and I really, really want it.
So this is a very particular remix that remixes a bit of the front end. As you can see, it's got this little swoop here, and then adds encapsulation over the plunger tube. And then
see, that's what I want.
Also flat tops the entire top rail, so that you have that longer rail. Because
Are those files available?
Was so painful.
I need it.
But I definitely I enjoy having the scope a little farther back here. It's a lot easier to actually see through. And that is, I don't remember the name of the remix off the top of my head, but it's a particular remix. I'll post it in the World Foam Alliance Discord so you guys can see it. It's honestly a phenomenal remix of the Cynthia.
Yeah. Send it to me as well.
Yeah,
that is cool. Because I will happily print the back end on mine again if I can get that cover. Because that was the one thing I didn't like, was it the bolt not being enclosed.
Yeah. Honestly, it made a world of difference for this one. It feels so smooth and so good, and the rest of the Cynthia is just such a great blaster in general. That
Silly Butts' designs are just all fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, and then this last one is a bit of a work in progress that definitely is not ready for anything. This is the minimum viable product. It's a fly-core blaster designed to take double stack talons.
What? When did those become a thing?
I made them a thing.
Neat.
Just about 6 months ago. And I have been working on perfecting the geometry for the mag and perfecting the geometry for the cage. And it's been eye-opening, but it's also been a real pain.
Yeah, there's been a lot of debate about double stack mags. The only one we've ever, really real one we've seen was the Dominator.
Mm-hmm.
The Dominator.
Dominator.
Yeah. The Dominator, and then my FDL will actually take the double stack Dominator mags.
Yep.
Though I never run it with them. I run it with 22s because it's got an adapter to switch.
Yeah.
But I've definitely never seen a double stack half dart mag. At least not that I can think of. Someone's probably made one somewhere.
I think around the time that I started developing this, a Springer with a double stack half length mag, but it was well, duh, it was proprietary. But a Springer with a double stack half length mag came out somewhere, but I haven't seen much more about that anywhere.
Getting it to feed reliably is always going to be the issue because the foam obviously doesn't. You can't have as heavy a follower spring as you really want to make sure it feeds reliably because it'll just smash the foam.
Yeah.
I suppose if you made one that was shell ejecting, but then your shells are going to take up as much space as you're going to add by double stacking,
that's
and
basically
you're going to have to deal with shells.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I was. What actually got me on this was I was looking at a Dominator build that I was having some issues with, and I thought to myself, wouldn't half-length darts not fold as much going through everything? So wouldn't that make them a little bit more consistent in a half-length mag? And a couple days later, I was like, yep, that's what it is.
That is, in fact, the thing. And there's a reason that most of the high-end stuff is half darts.
Mm-hmm.
And its durability of the darts is a little bit because there isn't as much flimsy foam. Concentration of energy points and weight ratios and all of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I have done a little poking around with Springers with this magazine. Nothing that's come to full fruition yet, but you can get it to chamber under spring return. It just needs like a 6-inch stroke because the actual feed ramp to guide the darts in is pretty large.
Yeah, that would be all sorts of engineering questions for people who do engineering type stuff. Incidentally, what did you go to school for?
That was my next question.
So my degrees are in robotics and then in automation.
Dude.
Aha.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so where's the auto turrets and the self-targeting shoulder cannons, man? You're wasting yourself with this double stack nonsense.
Funny you should ask. My senior capstone was a face tracking Nerf turret using a quick.
Nice. I've seen a couple of those over the years.
It was not exceptional, but it worked well enough to do the trick. They had a very strict budget, so that was kind of a pain. But it's on the docket. But I like to use Nerf as my outlet for doing things, being active, and so I've been trying to go more for smart blasters as opposed to smart utilities that have blasters on them.
Yeah, they're fun gimmicks, awesome. But they're limited utility in almost every circumstance. But you want to tinker with the toys. I got all kinds of stuff here. Like, I've built this thing. There's nowhere I can use it, but I have it, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Until I come through and put it in a garage sale. Again, we're funding Captain Xavier's trip across North America. So
donate to the Captain Xavier Travel Fund now. I could probably create one of those and people would donate to it, and then I'd feel like I'm exploiting people and I'd feel bad, which is why I'm not making much money off this shtick.
So again, Captain Xavier's garage sale. Send money to.
I do have a Patreon. If you want to just throw money at me, that is always an option.
This is true. Dude, that's awesome, man. Virus, that's the best thing, is that clearly you're having fun doing it and you're being creative with it. And dude, that's amazing. Just like, well, like we always tell people, make what you want to make. Don't let anyone stop you, hold you back. Don't worry about what people think or what just be who you are. Find the joy in it, and it's amazing what you'll produce. And then suddenly everybody's like, wait, that is cool. Yeah, I know, because I didn't listen to you. I just made what I wanted to make.
I just did the thing. Very cool. Once again, remember, this is a call-in show. There is a number that will blink on the screen now that I've brought it up. There's also apparently a way to dial through the internet. I don't know when they added that. Now we're not safe. I was hoping that no one can ever dial in except through a rotary phone. How do we restrict that? But you can ask questions to us. You can ask questions for Virus here. He is here because he won the Foam's Giving raffle to be a part of this. And he's also not just some random person off the street. He is in the hobby. He's been in the hobby a long time. He's served with the auxiliary on at least How many deployments have you been on now?
I think it's only been 2. It would have
2?
been Maryland and it would have been Mall Madness.
So yeah, he was there when I was in Scotland. I was mean to him because I was tired. What? Oh, there we go. Share the thing. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can monetize and actually be able to do stuff. So if you're watching this, find at least one other person to join. Share it on Facebook. Share it on everywhere. Badger them. Go ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar and tell them to subscribe to the World Foam Alliance. Oh, you.
We are. Go ahead, dude.
What? I was going to look at the chat again.
Oh,
what is the
meantime, while you're
gin?
looking at that,
Apparently, there's a blaster called the Gin. What is the Gin?
I can answer that.
All right,
tell us.
Actually, I think I'm allowed to answer that. Gin is a product that's being worked on by Detroit Dartworks in, well, obviously Detroit. Great club out there. I go there as well. I forgot to mention that earlier. But it's a brushless variant of the Flycore using the Mjolnir kind of architecture. And so it's a very small pistol-sized blaster that takes talons, is Flycore compatible, but uses brushless motors, and it's select fire and everything. Think of it kind of like a stylized pew pew.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah, it's very cool. It's hot.
The Gin isn't the one that's fed from the top. The top feeder is a different one, right?
That is the El Mirage. Yes.
That's it. Yes. Thank
I
you.
just cannot keep up anymore.
No, thank heavens for young people.
Yeah.
It helps that. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it helps that I frequent the Detroit Dart Talk server quite a bit, so I get to see all the fun projects that they're working on there.
Very cool. No, I made them. I don't know if I would say the mistake, but I finally got my loadout dialed in to pretty much exactly what I want, and as a result, I kind of quit paying as close attention to what was coming out because there's nothing that I need. Like I've got my FDL3, I've got my pew pews, I've got a proton pack. Okay, that's my HVZ loadout worked out for ever. A caller? How dare they? I'm in the middle of rambling. Let's bring this caller on and see what they've got to say to Virus.
Yo, so it's Monarch. I don't know if I meant to call you guys. I was actually trying to find Only Jolts. I was trying to subscribe to
That's us.
There's this guy I saw. He was advertising his Only Jolts account. Captain Xavier. I don't know if you know him. I was trying to see if he could send me some Jolt pics. Spicy Jolt pics.
I can. Well, you'll have to handle. You're going to have to deal with a big shock that's had its shell removed.
Oh, whoa! Hey, that's a little too much, man. Like, honestly.
I want people to get their money's worth, man. You got to get your money's worth.
How much is the per month subscription?
$5.
How much is it per month? I'd pay $50 a month to see a big shot. Jeez.
I bet you would, you dirty wretch.
Have you guys seen the SBL 2.0 yet?
The what now?
I've heard that it's coming, but I've not seen pictures of it yet. What do you know about it?
It's pretty cool. It's modern. It's modeled after a certain Schmig M-Schmie-X real steel blaster, metal dart blaster. Looks pretty cool. It's about XYL unicorn length from what I know. Shoots about 200. Pretty nifty.
Do we have a release date, or is it still like kind of? Is it still kind of like in development, or is it like coming soon?
It's beta, I believe. I believe it's beta. It's been out. First release image I saw was from about 10 months ago, actually, which was surprising. I don't think I noticed that anybody was talking about it back then.
What are we talking about? I missed the acronym again.
The SBL 2.0.
Yeah,
FDL?
Gavin Fuzzy's new SBL 2. SBL.
Spamf but long.
Spamf but long.
Yeah.
It's
pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, SBL. There's the original. This is the 2.0.
Yeah.
Yep.
The original. Oh, sorry, guest. You have limited time. Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead,
don't really
Virus. Say
know
what you're
much
gonna say
about
while he
it.
collects his thoughts. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Uh,
Pause, everyone.
Yeah.
Virus, go, dude.
I was gonna say, I believe the SPL2 is designed to hit a slightly lower FPS target because the SPL1, while a great blaster, struggles to get below 200, or at least the people that I've talked to at Kane would say that. And so the SPL2 is targeting like the super stock and slightly above super stock performance range. It's a pretty cool iteration on the SPL.
It's the Talon Claw
Definitely.
equivalent, whereas the original SPL was a Caliburn. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
found a picture of it. It
It
is
looks really
it is
cool. I'd love
pretty
to like
snazzy
run it on
looking.
an outdoor. I'd love to run it like an outdoor Nerf sim kind of thing. Like get some friends together, do like an urban kind of thing.
Yeah. They got Gavin Fuzzy does such beautiful work. All the additional greebles and details and decorations just takes it to another level.
I mean, look no further than his
Yeah,
SBS.
exactly. Just, I mean, all of that extra detailing isn't necessary. It doesn't do anything functionally, but it just looks fabulous.
It really does.
Very cool. Is he gone? Get off my lawn. But thank you for bringing that to our attention. That is a gorgeous blaster. I love everything Gavin Fuzzy has ever done. I finally got to meet him, and that was cool.
Where'd
Rag.
you meet him?
Magnum at Ragnar Oktoberfest.
But of course. I ain't going to try to make it out to Rag this year. Although I still got to get through 9 months, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to go this year.
It's a good one.
Oh, that's no question. Last year was kind of, I'm either going to Rag, but even timing for Rag did not make sense, or go out to your place. So I still think it was a win-win for me. So this year I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I will definitely figure it out. Oh,
Gavin
back
Fuzzy
over to
is
chat.
registered to compete. Cool.
What happened? What'd you got?
I'm looking at the chat. Gavin Fuzzy is registered to complete with MFT this year, along with Nebula East.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, man. In case you all haven't noticed or don't know, everyone's coming to Maryland Mayhem. Everyone is coming, or everyone's lying to me, which then we'll have a whole post about that after. But I mean, like everyone I talk to, everyone's coming, everyone's trying to come, everyone will be damned if they don't come. So if you need help figuring out which one you're going to, I just told you which one you're going to.
It is rapidly becoming the premier event, and deservedly so. It is so well run. I was glad I was there for the first one when we did. It was gonna be UMBC and Gucci, but they had to cancel last minute, and so they that's where the 11th hour came in, because we had like a week or something. They're like, well, what are we gonna do instead? Well, let's just randomly host a Nerf war. And then they all got together and like, well, this was awesome. Let's make this bigger. And now it's what it is, and it's fantastic. So it's what I love about this community.
It really is.
And it really does help. The beautiful thing about Nerf is that we could just say, well, let's just hold a random Nerf war in a field somewhere, because we can do that with Nerf. All right, what's going on in the chat? We got stuff going on?
We always do.
Should we get a question going?
Probably. Let me just do a shout out to Vile Mods. Vile Mods is part of the Foam News Collective. And again, if I'm saying it wrong, Vile, just post the link there. But then I was in the podcast they had recently, and we talked about a bunch of things. If you have not subscribed to their channel, while you're subscribing to our channel, don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. But go check out their bi-weekly news reports, or in terms of what's going on in the community. It's just great stuff. They really do a
really
fair
good job
assessment
of
of
actually
everything.
researching it and getting it all proper and setting it up. And if we're saying the name wrong, by all means, put it in the chat, and that way we can make sure that we get it slightly wrong but different every time in proper get off my lawn fashion.
That's right. Because my name is Al the Greek. Oh wait, what? Wait, did I get that wrong?
I'm Captain Javier.
And I'm Bacteria.
Well done, brother. That's good. Well, Bacteria, since you don't have to call in, but you have us here, do you have a question that you'd like to ask either myself or Captain Xavier?
Yeah, we haven't actually let you ask us any questions.
Captain Xavier, I'm very sorry, but I am going to have to turn to Al with this one. Al,
Okay.
I have been following your Instagram for forever. What got you into the painting of Nerf blasters, the integrations, the long shots with the brain saws? Oh my gosh, incredible stuff. What got you into all that?
Dude, it's timing is everything. So 2014, or I think it was actually 14. I keep saying 15, but then I'm a contractor by day, and so you're in and out of people's houses, and we're cutting through a kid's playroom to fix the leaks that the homeowner had. And that's the first time I'd like seen Nerf guns in years. Obviously, growing up, again, because I am almost 50, didn't have things like that when I was growing up. So went home and Googled it. And when I Googled it, found the whole subculture of what people wanted to do. And at that point, I did 700 scale model warships about this big. And I did so many, I got bored of it. I needed something new. And the one mod that really kind of drew me is if right now you can do a quick Google search for Nerf long shot mods, and one will pop up. It's a brown, it's like a sand color Nerf long shot with a big barrel on it, and it's got like a machine gun carry handle on the top. And when I saw that, I thought that looks so cool. How did they do that? I can do that. And so that was the first one. I think it was made in like 2009. You'll actually find it up on what's it called? And I can't remember the name. I think it's Me and Munch is the name of the person that made it. But I saw that and I thought I can do this. And then once I discovered, again, through God knows how many hours of YouTube, trial and error, see what works. And for me at that point, it wasn't performance. It was just make them look cool and that big barrel and experimenting with everything. And then away we go. Slap in my childhood, where again, growing up watching Aliens, watching so many like crappy action movies from the 80s and 90s that had all these big rifles with multiple attachments to it. And I thought I can finally do this kind of stuff. And so it's just fun to do. And again, when you see it, like for mine, I know it's not tactical, it's not practical, but for me, but does it look cool?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's what I did, and it's just fun. And now that I actually started playing and participating, I realized maybe actually making them fire even better is probably a good idea. And so it just continues, and it is so much fun, man.
I am living proof that you can make it look really cool and function really well at the same time. It is a lot more work, though.
It is, but it is so much fun. That's why, like showing us what you're doing in terms of what you're designing and modeling. It's that same idea, dude. It's take what you want, like what you love doing, and make it. I'm a good example of it. Captain Xavier, in terms of what he does polls now for fun, but his whole armory is because he had an idea, and you know what? He's going to see if he can do it.
And some of it turned out really good. You got to play with my smart gun while you were here.
Go ahead, I'm going to that again. That thing is amazing. Go ahead, man.
Oh, Al. Sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, that wasn't me.
Did you have any follow-up questions to that first question? Otherwise, I'll talk for another hour. And people are like, yeah, we've heard it before.
Honestly, not too many follow-up questions. Like, it's just really cool to hear, how different people get into the hobby. People come from all different places and end up here at all different times. It's a huge melting pot of all these different really great, engineers and designers and people who do cosplay and all this other stuff, and it just mixes together into this really, really awesome community.
It really is. And now, were you able to hit my booth last year, Maryland Mayhem?
Last year, no, I wasn't there. 2022, I hit your booth. I even got a patch from you.
There we go. Thanks for reminding me. It's not that you're memorable. I'm old and I had a brain tumor, so yeah, I forget everything.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast. So
But actually, so a good example. I will have a table at Maryland Mayhem at the vendor booth, and I always bring as much stuff as I can. I put everything out on the table, and I let people touch it, take selfies with it, do whatever you want with it. It's just I don't expect everyone to buy my stuff. I know my stuff ain't cheap, and I do that. That's awesome that you've been following my stuff for that long. I really appreciate it. And so this is kind of my way. I was like, you don't have to buy it, but I know you want to see it. Go ahead, pick it up, take a selfie. It's all good.
Oh yeah. Really cool to see some of those builds in person.
Yeah, for some reason people enter my basement and they don't want to leave. That sounds creepy, but I'm talking about the fun things to play with.
I mean, this all started because I went into your basement. This whole show as a result of me going into your basement and going, you know what, let's just do a live stream. Okay. We're both punch drunk and probably half dead from COVID. We just started playing around in this basement, and now here we are in season 2 or season 1. Yes.
The official
Last year
season
was
one,
season
yes.
0. We don't talk about season 0.
Well, it's just starting as a programmer. Obviously, seasons start at 0.
Yeah, clearly.
See, there's the explanation right there. It makes sense. And it was a lot of fun too, because I think that we lasted about 50 minutes and finally like we're done. And it's kind of like, hey man, that was fun. You want to do it again? Yeah, let's do it again. All right.
Yeah, let's just on Wednesdays. Let's just stream while we're tinkering on stuff in our shops or basement. World Foam Alliance asked a really good question that we should probably ask more often. Who would you like us to feature on this show?
Is that a question to anyone, or can
Sure.
I weigh in?
By all means. Who do you think we should?
I don't know. I haven't been through all of the Get Off My Lawns, but if you guys haven't had Old Fusion Designs on here, he's had a huge impact on the hobby. I really think he'd be an interesting guest to try and bring on.
I don't think we did. We should also try to get 3D printed solid at some point.
Oh yeah,
That'd be good.
That guy sends me so much stuff. I've got a build. I think he gave me the item for it like this time last year, and only like 2 weeks ago I finally finished the build. Turned out beautifully. I love his work. I have pretty much every holster he's ever developed, and I always give him grief because he always designs them right-handed, and then I want to write and a left, and he has to. Sometimes designing a left-handed one just isn't easy because some blasters are symmetrical and you can just flip the file and it's fine. Other ones are asymmetrical, and so you can't just flip the print. You have to actually redesign it. And he discovered there basically is no way to easily make a Strife X left-handed holster because of the motor cage sticking out is right where the mount screws would be to attach it to your leg. You're like, yeah, fine. A right-handed one will do, I suppose. But yeah, I've got his hammer. I have, since the day he sent me one of his hammer shot holsters, I have brought one to every single HVZ I have been to for like the last 7 years. And the only thing that's wearing out is the actual leg strap is starting to wear out, and that's something that you can just replace. In fact, I ordered the replacements for it. I just haven't installed them yet. But I absolutely love his work. So much beautiful, gorgeous stuff.
I think it'll definitely happen. So actually, I'm glad that's a good
Squirrel
question.
and Jesse? Who are Squirrel and Jesse?
They're locals actually here to Maryland. But for our next event, actually, we are confirmed, and after we should actually plug that. So for anyone that didn't follow, we obviously did our charity event, but the big charity event before we did ours was done by Containment Crew, where they've done it now for 3 years running. They had set a goal for about 3,000, and they crushed it as well. They also made about $5,444. And so actually, next Get Off My Lawn, we are going to have the Containment Crew on. We're going to have actually all 3 of them on. So that'll be the next episode where Containment Crew will be on with us. We're going to ask them about their charity event, compare notes, talk about other stuff, and do kind of fun stuff as well. So that'll be actually for the next Get Off My Lawn.
I am so eternally grateful that I got to meet, what was his name?
Charles or Colin?
Charles. All right, what do we got? Bots? We've got, oh, right, yeah. All right, let's get a question going in the chat. What should we ask the people who are watching?
I don't know. Tell you what, Virus, man. You want to? You have the power, brother. You want to pose a question and see what people say?
No limits on the realm of possibility. What would the feature list of your ideal Nerf blaster be?
Smart gun from Aliens.
Yeah.
Don't you already have that?
But with a rocket launcher attached. I've already got the button on it to be able to fire the rocket launcher. I just haven't built it yet. But I have the parts now.
You gonna go with the Titan tank?
I would probably go with an XBZ. They're a little bit smaller and easier to activate. Because the Titan, I have actually built a solenoid activated Titan, but you needed a lot of leverage. Whereas the XBZ, you need a lot less leverage to be able to fire it with a solenoid. Because that's what's in Tier has an XBZ. And I was able to make a very small solenoid trigger for it. Whereas Ire has a Titan. And I do have a shoulder-mounted Titan that's solenoid fired. But it took a massive solenoid and a boatload of battery to be able to have the torque to activate it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying, my goal is to build a rail-mounted self-pumping rocket launcher that's solenoid activated. So that I can just rail mount it to the bottom of the smart gun and then push a button and it will fire and then immediately fill itself back up. Like the Titan that I just released as part of my Titan loadout video. I want to miniaturize that and make it a rail mountable system.
That would be pretty awesome, honestly. I think a lot of people would be interested in something like that.
Yeah, and they're going to have to make their own because building stuff for sale, I'm not good at that. Which is probably why I don't have any money for travel. All right, what do we got? So yeah, there's the question. Yeah, for you in the chat, what would be your ideal blaster? If you could have any features, if you could have any, what would you like? We're not talking about cost. We're talking about pie in the sky dreams. What would be your ultimate blaster? Flywheel, adjustable FPS, select fire, adjustable rate of fire, accurate as has, less than $200. Oh, well, then that's out. They say we have that. That's an FDL3 or an SPF or less than 200. Yeah, no. The Xbox Games is here. We were talking about you earlier. I need more solos for all the barrels you gave me.
We got a lot of people in here. Boston Blasters in here as well. We have Xbox. We have a bunch of people that are jumping in and saying hi, which is awesome. You know what? We should have Xbox Games on here at one point too.
We should. He lives 15 miles from me. I could have him in person.
We'll just make sure that he provides us a check and pays us the correct amount, and then we'll have him on for the
negotiable bearer bonds, of course.
That's right.
Someone putting an XBZ in a 95 crossbow. That is brilliant. I like that.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, because an XBZ is about the same size as the plunger tube. And you already have what would be the priming handle, could be the pump. That would, I like that. Someone says Nerf needs to get back into AEBs. Revisit the Strife, because we've got some good AEBs out there now. The Colonel Wasp and the inverted scales, and there's a couple of others. I keep trying to get Bew Blasters to send me more of the AEBs, and they just haven't.
Which reminds me, that's on my list. I have to get the Bew Blasters, the rotating grenade launcher one.
Oh,
yeah. That one's going to be on the survey for Can It Take a K-26, the rotating grenade 40 millimeter, as well as the underslung one.
Dude,
yeah.
Could I do that?
Maybe.
I think so.
I would.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got ideas already.
Yeah, what you need to do is instead of having that thing underslung on the grenade launcher, you have it overslung on the grenade launcher, and you need to make it so it's shoulder mounted.
Yeah.
So the minigun is on your shoulder. The grenade launcher is shouldered like it would normally be, and then make it so that the grenade launcher goes up and over the shoulder like a bazooka.
I like that. I
That'd be
think we're going to
fun.
do that.
We
Oh,
need
this
you
is
to
gonna be
think
good.
even bigger. Shoulder-mounted stuff. These long barrels, underslung stuff, this is kids' play. We want shoulder-mounted things.
If
At
only
some
had somebody that
point-
knew robotics.
We can have them self-target. Okay, what do we got? Who else has answered the question?
What's up, Byers? What were you going
Um,
to say, buddy?
Oh,
At
I
some
was
point,
just gonna say, heck, at this point, you might need 2 or 3 people to deploy some of the blasters we're gonna make.
right? Team-served weapons are a perfectly viable thing.
Oh, exactly. Especially in
You just need
HV.
to get yourself a good rocket squire.
All right, while people are answering, just a quick plug. So remember, don't forget to subscribe to their YouTube channel. We need to hit 1,000 people. Also, the Facebook post, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more we can do, man. The more we can do, the better the experience is for you. Share it, share it, share it. Hit the like button and share it. It is easy. It costs you nothing, yet it's all just benefits for you in the end. Also, for the worldfoamalliance.org website, it is live. It is functional. If you haven't registered over there, go register. But here's the big thing. If you're an admin for a club, if you are part of a club and you know the admin, make sure your admins are emailing us. The email is going to be posted in the chat. We need to know where your clubs are. We need the admins to let us know so we can put them on. When we put them on the map and let other people know that you exist, it is the best beacon to really get this ball rolling in terms of building our website and knowing where we are. If you want to build a new club, that feature will be coming, not just yet. It's because as we're rolling this out, we want to make sure that everyone that gets added are established clubs so we can build it off. And just to prevent, because again, this is the internet, people, and you know this might be shocking news for some of you. There are some shady people on the internet. I know, shocking. This is probably the first time this has ever been shared to anyone, but there are nefarious people on the internet, and we're trying to avoid people trying to register clubs that do not exist just so they can sit in a park and laugh at you because you showed up and you thought there were other people. Yeah, we're not giving them that opportunity. We are going to make sure that we do it right, that whatever you register, you are not used or abused or lied to. So again, if you run a club, make sure to email, let us know, get you registered. If your club isn't registered, contact your admin, give your admin this email address, let us know, and that way we can let you know that you exist. When people know you exist, guess what? Now you can wonder, how am I getting from 10 to 30 people? This is how. Register, let us know you're there so we can start letting everyone else that know that you're there.
Yep, there will be stuff happening, and being registered on the World Foam Alliance will give you access to a lot of it. All right, we're getting some answers. Somebody's response: my ideal would be a Raven with the cool Rapid Strike HUD. That HUD they made for the Rapid Strike, integrating that into a Raven. That would actually be really cool.
That
And
would
it can
be
shoot
fun.
full and half-length darts. There isn't enough of that.
Yeah.
And then I understand why, because if you make a blaster that can fire both full length and half length, it's not going to fire either of them as it could if it was dedicated to only one. The versatility comes at the price of functionality, because you can, if you make it only half dart, then you can have a shorter prime. There's a lot of things you can optimize for half darts. If it's full darts only, okay, there's things that you can optimize for that, but you can't optimize for both at the same time. Now, if you made a flywheeler that could actually tell the difference, and you could have different settings for full length and different settings for half length, you might be able to then optimize for both. But that's going to be a lot of extra code, potentially, or at least an extra switch. That I haven't heard of anybody doing. That would be interesting. I don't know if it'd be worth it. What? A caller? You can call this channel? Why would
This is weird.
Who gave us that feature?
Wait a minute.
Talk to people.
This is a collection agency, right? If it is, I'm not here.
All right, let's take a caller. Put them on. They've been here the whole time.
Hey, it's Isaac. I'm back.
What? Who keeps
Oh,
giving you
good.
this?
Calling again.
Dude,
Is nobody
he followed
filtering
instructions.
this?
He followed
He
instructions.
did follow instructions. We did tell him to call back. Are you coming to the event on the 21st?
The one in Portland, right?
Yeah.
Portland-ish? Yes.
Portland.
Yeah, I'm helping run that.
Awesome.
So yeah, you better be there.
There's going to be like 5 or 6 people. It's going to be 2 degrees. It's going to be miserable. And it's going to be fabulous.
Yeah, the only reason I wouldn't be there is if my car decides to not Portland road. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had nasty weather the last couple of days, but we do have we have 4 days for the weather to sort itself out.
Been
Yeah, we're
starting
not
to
doing
do that.
outdoors yet.
Someone says, "Never mind. My ideal blaster would be finishing my Nightingale, but I broke it already."
Oh,
Silly
no.
thing to do. I wouldn't know anything
Relatable.
about breaking something while trying to mod it. That certainly never happened to me.
No.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
Definitely
Isaac, you got
don't
another question for us?
Yeah. Why did you call? What are you doing here? What do you want?
Well, I did want to confirm that I will be at the 21st thing. That was a thing. But also, I was wondering, since it seems like all of the U.S. has been hit with Ice-mageddon, how have you guys been holding up?
I have. Oh,
No, go ahead, Virus.
I have been having a great time driving. I'm from Chicago, so snow is no
Fun.
snow is no stranger to me. So I've been having a great time getting to work and back.
Well,
So
Good for you,
I'm in-
yeah.
I'm in Northern Virginia, but I am Canadian, and so yeah, we grow up. You know, winter starts. We have 2 seasons: winter and then construction. And I think winter is like 11 months of the year. And so, and I got a 4x4 truck. But when it snows here or ice is here, I stay home. And I remember someone asked me, "What, are you afraid?" I said, "No. Unlike you mooks and dummies, I know how to drive." And you know what? I do not want to present you the opportunity to put your car into mine. So I'm staying home. Good luck in the ditch. And when you're gone, then I'll drive.
Yep. I spent a good portion of my formative youth in Minnesota, so I'm used to snowstorms that bury the grocery store. But I don't live there anymore, and now it's like, oh no, snow. I'm not leaving. I've seen how the people in this town drive. They're not used to
Yeah.
the snow. Plus, every time it snows in Vader, everyone is sure their grandmother's going to freeze to death. I don't know where they keep coming up with extra grandmas every year.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
from
a website.
Eastern Washington originally.
So you know.
Yeah, I was born in
You know what?
Idaho. We got snow there too, but not like Minnesota.
You know what's funny? When I go up, so again, I still go up to Canada to visit my folks in Toronto. And in the wintertime, of course, I got Virginia plates. And when I'm driving through New York State, and especially when it's like cold and snowy, they avoid me like the plague because they think, oh, Southerner knows how to drive. Doesn't know how to drive. On occasion, I rolled down my window and yelled at him, "I'm Canadian! Stop going around me, damn it!"
Now, there's an interesting question. Well, what does a perfect flywheel blaster include at $30, $50, and $100? So what features would you expect from different price ranges? That's something I think a lot of people overlook, is that features cost money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm being honest, at $30, I'd expect a Strife and $10.
Yeah. Which was the case 10 years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not anymore.
Apparently, I misread the comment about the Nightingale. He didn't break his Nightingale. He went broke and can't afford. I'm not sure which I feel is more tragic, breaking your blaster or not being able to afford it.
Both suck, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's no good option there.
I mean, breaking a blaster, at least you have integration fodder.
Did we just forget that Isaac was
Yes.
here again and just wander off?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Isaac.
I am such a putz.
Now you'll know when you see him on the 21st if he shoots you at point blank.
He's gonna shoot me in the kneecap. You know why? I do.
Now you'll remember me.
Ideal blaster would be a Tornado Rapid Strike integration, lipo Kraken motors, 3D printed wheels, N Strike full auto kit, and paint. What is a Tornado? Tornado Rapid Strike. What's a tornado?
Is that maybe one of those Koosh blasters?
I was gonna say, is that one of the ring vortex blasters?
I am going to Google this now.
Yeah.
To the Google.
To the Googles. We shall consult the Oracle. Nerf tornado.
Yes,
Oh,
it's the purple one.
No, it's a super soaker. Maybe.
Oh.
There's a super soaker tornado, and there is the Koosh Vortex tornado.
Mm.
And I have found a tornado rapid strike integration image. So of the Koosh, it's the Koosh version, and it looks very spacey. And you're like, okay, I see where they're going. Maybe we'll get a clarification from the person responsible for this question.
Could be. You know what's cool about the fact that everyone's coming to Maryland Mayhem? So for those that don't know, since this is kind of a Foamsgiving follow-up, just because Virus is here because of his generosity and for paying attention to us trying to make asses and fools of ourselves on a live stream just to entertain
For
people.
24 hours.
Yes. Thank heavens for everyone else that jumped in and helped us. Like, thank God. But one, as everyone knows, like the one thing we gave away was a gold Mark IV that we had a bunch of people sign. And we would have had more signatures if we were more mobile or if people just kind of lived closer together. So let's fast forward to Maryland Mayhem. Maryland Mayhem right now, in terms of all the amount of influencers and people that are coming, and trust me, World Foam Alliance is already prepping for this because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Foamsgiving will be happening again next year. The difference is last year we had 1 month to put it together. This year we have an entire year. So we have been actually brainstorming since about, what was it, 3 days after Foamsgiving?
I think we started brainstorming for the second Foamsgiving about 3 weeks before the first Foamsgiving.
Right. But we have plans where we will have limited edition blasters and other things that we're going to be bringing to Maryland Mayhem to get as many signatures as we possibly can on it. So you can imagine we're already planning for things like that, where the gold Mark IV, and we did amazing for a month who we got to sign it, but you can imagine how many more we're going to have with a full year. And by the time Foamsgiving comes up, there will be more than one of them, and they're going to be cool blasters. But at that point, they're going to be wall hangers because we're going to have everybody sign it.
Really good stuff.
Absolutely.
That was a fun thing to get going. It was just kind of a, hey, we should get involved in this other thing. We could do our own. That would be much better. And then everyone we reached out to got involved in one way or another. And the fact that we had people literally all over the world, it truly was the World Foam Alliance. We had people in Australia, Singapore, all over Europe, all over the United States. It was fantastic. And getting all the different streams, people got to talk about what they wanted to talk about. We had some people that really know how to work a stream, which we definitely don't, because we are old men and we don't know how it works. It was really cool to see how some people were able to just, double the amount of donations we had in an hour. You're like, how did you do that? I made them do it with my personality. Like, see, I should be making so much more money at this, but
also at the same time, thanks to everyone. If you were there, if you donated, thank you, Virus, for donating. It's like when we had to set a goal and we're all looking at each other going, what are we going to put this at? I have no idea. And at 5,000, we're like, all right, well, at least if we come up way short, we can just use excuses as our first try at it. So thank you very much. But you all were just amazing. And again,
we set our goal
generosity.
We set our goal at like 3,000 or something like that, and we hit 7,000. Oh, well, that was a thing. Actually, we got a great question here in the comments, Al, and I think you're the person to answer it. What is a good hobby grade paint that's not just a conventional spray paint, a rattle can paint?
So I still use the rattle paint, the rattle cans for the base. So again, all my stuff, I start with black vinyl dye as the base. After that,
I mean, vinyl dye itself isn't a standard rattle can. That's what I was going to say too. Vinyl dye is a great base coat.
Oh my God, it is. It dries super fast. It's very durable. It is fantastic stuff. So black vinyl dye, you can pick them up at automotive stores. They're usually about $13 or $14, I think now. However, you can buy a 6-pack on Amazon for I think $50. So it comes out to less than $10 a can. After that, for the primary color, I know Rust-Oleum is very common and popular, but I like stuff called plutonium. It is $16 a can, but it has got some great colors. It dries in 2 coats and covers fantastically well. Surprisingly, the new Bear spray paints that Home Depot has, some of those colors, some of that stuff's actually been pretty good. So, and it's only at $7 or $8 a can.
I think I ended up using, I want to say it was a Bear paint. It's what I used for the base coat on my Aliens pulse rifles. And it ended up, it ended up looking like a gunmetal, a very spacey gunmetal kind of, not quite sparkly, but it wasn't flat. It was, because I didn't want to paint them to be exactly like the movies because we weren't playing those characters. We were playing, us. So we went with that kind of gunmetal coating and then orange rather than the black and green that they had. But plutonium, you saying? Where can you get that?
Plutonium.com is the main website that sells them. I think once you buy, I think they have price breaks at like 6 cans, 12 cans, 20 cans. But Home Depot carries them as well, and sometimes you can find them on Amazon. But like a Home Depot, again, you can't buy it in store. You can buy it online, and it's usually about $14-15 a can. The white is amazing. The white, 2 coats, done, and I do it over top of black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one downside, folks listening at home are going, "Oh my God, $16 for a single can of paint." Yeah, that's the price of quality, unfortunately. If you want it to cost $5, it's going to look like you used a $5 can of spray paint on it. If you want it to look like something Al the Geek painted, you're going to need to drop, $30, for your base coat and your primary. Now that'll do more than one blaster, I assume.
Yes, because that's the difference too. Cheap spray paint. What does that mean? Everyone says, like especially when you're trying to do a red or a yellow or a white. I keep doing it. It takes like 5 coats. So if you actually do the math, you're actually spending more than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the downside. Fast. Quality, usually you get what you pay for in a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And I mean, obviously, inflation hasn't helped. I remember when a can of vinyl dye was $7 when I first got into the hobby and started using them, and then I went back to get a can a few years later, and it was $13. Like, bah!
How'd this happen?
Yeah, I still have never been able to find a can of orange vinyl dye. I was only ever even able to find one on the internet, and it was, I think, $19 a can 7 years ago, so it's probably $30 a can now. It was like Camaro made an orange vinyl dye or something. It was weird.
How well does it cover, though? Because I know even the red vinyl, like the black vinyl dye is great, the gray is.
Yeah.
Once you get in the other colors, they're kind of thin.
That's kind of what I think I've used blue for something. I think like maybe the Deplorable Mark II was a blue vinyl dye. And as long as you prepped it well enough, but that's why I just switched to using black as my base coat. And then, because originally, once upon a time, I did black blasters with orange accents and then realized that this is stupid. And I've gone to orange blasters with black accents. And it makes it really, really easy if you base coat the whole thing in black, tape off what you want the accents to be, and then go over it with a good orange. I think I do use Rust-Oleum for most of 9 because I'm going to beat the heck out of it, so I'm not terribly worried about it looking pretty because it's going to get weathered one way or the other. But it works really, really well because that vinyl dye works to such a fabulous primer.
It really is. For you, man, plutonium basketball. That stuff is great. It's the right orange. It's the orange I have on that long shot in there.
Yeah,
and it's close enough to yours.
Plutonium
and especially
basketball
with the dampness, it dries so fast, dude. And it'll dry
I will grab
so
a can
much
and
faster.
give that a try. There's one thing that's very handy for me is I am not particular about the shade of orange. Orange is orange. I mean, I've got really bright orange blasters. I've got really dull orange blasters. I do a base coat of vinyl dye, and then I use something called rustic orange, and it came out very burnt, and that's what like my bolter is in that color. It came out a very burnt orange. It's a very dark orange, and I really liked that. But then the last time I tried to use the rustic orange, it came out a completely different shade. It almost came out looking salmon, and I don't know if that's just because the paint I was using was 3 years old, or or what. But I'm always up to find a new one, so I will grab a can of plutonium basketball next chance I get and give it a try on the next blaster I paint.
Perfect. Before we run out of time, let's make sure, Virus Man, anything else you want to comment or
somebody
question?
has an orange vinyl dye. Yeah, by all means, send me the link.
There it is.
Brillo. Don't they make scrub pads?
They do. Hold on, Virus. Do you have any you have any more questions?
Yes.
No, honestly, it's been a pleasure. One thing I will say quickly, and I'm going to do the cliche thing and say I think I speak for everyone here when I say thank you guys so much for organizing Foamsgiving. It was a really great time to just see all the people come together and, put together this amazing thing. And you guys at the head of that was a great opportunity for the hobby and, to give money away. So thank you. And also, it was great to actually be on here and have a chat, tell people to get off the lawn.
Dude, thank you very much.
I've got a dad joke out of you yet. Wait, the bacteria
that's
one.
right.
Was
the bacteria one.
That was also so good.
I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but I was gonna mention you really should be careful Googling plutonium.
Only if you have refined and weapons grade. Otherwise, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Where to buy plutonium?
Quick, kids, tell us what it says. Where can I buy plutonium?
Enriched plutonium, mail to Iran. What do you mean embargo?
I mean,
go ahead, brother.
Blasters are clearly weapons, so weapons grade plutonium.
Dude, well, we still got some time left. We're still good, but I just want to say it's been great having you on this show.
Thank you.
Love what you're doing, man. You are a great example of just have fun. There's so many options. You're both a creator and you're in a great spot where you're able to go and do a lot of events. So looking forward to seeing you again at Maryland Mayhem. But definitely do keep us posted on your builds. This is fun. And especially if it's something cool, we just might have you call in and do a video update of let's quickly everyone, let's see what bacteria virus is building.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'd love to. I have some fun things cooking up that aren't far enough along that I want to actually, say too much about them, but I'm hoping to get them ready by Maryland Mayhem. Would be really fun if I get both of them working.
Dude, that'll be cool. And yes, we look forward to that. So the other question I had, so knowing you were going to be on, were you nervous today about being on the show? Were you kind of excited, or were you just like, what?
A bunch of hang out with these mooks.
Definitely nervous. I mean, to some degree, I sometimes worry that I'm either going to overtalk or undertalk. Though you guys have been incredibly welcoming and helped me to feel comfortable here on the show today. But also, I came here expecting to have a good time. I mean, Captain Xavier, we've hung out on occasion, and it's been fun every time, even though I've been a little high energy. And Al,
if I recall, I was mean to you in Scotland. I was so worn out, I should not have been allowed to be around people. I apologize for how short-tempered I was that day.
Honestly,
I made a major mistake and did the Europe trip before the foam event, and so by the time I got to the foam event, I was just on empty.
Yeah.
And then this poor fellow had to hang out with me the day after. I was a miserable old grump.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun event, though. I really. Oh, how could I forget? I'm looking into, very unlikely, but really hoping to go to Foam Fest again. That was such a fun time, but it's also one heck of a trip.
Yeah, it's not in my budget this year. If they do it again next year, there's a chance. But I've been to Europe 2 years in a row now, and I can't do 3.
Yeah.
My budget needs time to recover. Also, Vile Mods, you are a wretched tease, and we are no longer friends. I followed the link you sent me to. I chose orange, and it's out of stock. That's just cruel, man. Why would you do that to me? I thought I all that I've done for you, and this is what I get in return.
And here I thought you'd been sent a Rickroll. What was that?
I didn't.
So again, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, if you're an admin for a club, or if your club has not registered, be sure to contact worldfoamalliance.org. The email is going to be posted right there in the chat. Get your admins to send it. If you're the admin, send us an email. We want to get you registered on the website. When we get you registered on the website, people then can register and go, oh, cool, I have a club and it's only that far away. I need to know. It helps us build it. As much as the individuals need to register, we want to get those clubs on there. When those clubs are on there, they are great beacons that'll really help us get the ball rolling to really get more people registered. Again, new clubs we will be doing, not right now. Well, we are focusing on the existing clubs because part of it is we want to make sure that we're not going to get spoofed by people like, let's see these dummies if they'll register all 57 of my new clubs all over the country. So existing clubs, need you to register. Be sure to email. The email has just been posted in the chat. Contact your admin. If you're the admin, send us, let us know. People that want to start new clubs, don't worry, we will get to you. We will make it happen. There is a process. Trust the process. We want to do this right. We don't want to do this fast and make it big and make a mess of it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. We'd be doing our own thing. We're just be me and Cap in the basements screaming, talking about randomness. We're part of this because it is being done right, and we're going to make sure it's being done right. So trust the process.
Been increasingly impressed with the folks that are behind all of this. The sheer amount of talent and know-how that we have, the way these streams are run, and the way they do the call-ins and the voices in the ears, and it runs so wonderfully smooth. And I have great words are hard.
Yes, they are. Admiration, respect, awe.
No, words gone. I don't know. I think they're going to do well.
There it is.
I'll start using smaller words. I know there's a word for that. High hopes. I have high hopes for how this is all gonna work out, and it's gonna take time to slowly build it. I mean, we've only been working on this for less than a year so far, and we've already gotten this far. So I'm really looking forward to what happens this year once we're starting to help connect clubs, help people from outside the hobby find the hobby. That's one of the big goals. Is to be able to do, a marketing campaign to get, the millions of people who buy Nerf blasters to understand that there's probably a club within driving distance of you. You just don't know about it. I'm in the Seattle area. I'm halfway between Portland and Seattle. There's hundreds of thousands of people that probably have Nerf blasters within an hour drive of where we host our wars. They just don't know about it because we're lousy at marketing. But we're working on it, and a lot of that is going to have to be word of mouth. You're going to have to tell people who are going to tell people who are going to tell people, and eventually they'll go to the worldfoamalliance.org and go, oh, there's a Nerf war this weekend, 5 minutes from my house. How did I not know about this? Because we're nerds is why. So any help that you guys can give us to spread this, post it on your Facebook, post it on your social media, tell your friends, if you're starting to planning to get a club going, this is where you're going to eventually, hopefully bring it that, I thought it was only me in my town. I found 5 other people. We started a club. We put it on the World Foam Alliance. They heard about it from something. And now we've got 50 people and we need a larger park. That's kind of where we're running into as we slowly grew. We got to 80 people and the event we usually hosted at is getting a little crowded, but the goal is, okay, can we get the folks in Portland to start hosting a war? Can we get the people up in Seattle to host their own war? And then we'll occasionally every other month hold a combined war in Borst, or, all these things to help the hobby grow. And it works. It's going to be great. So there will be tools for how to grow your club, how to get your admin box going, how to set up social media, all these kind of tips of things that we might be able to help to get events going better. If you're wanting to host a big event, we'll have resources for, okay, you want to host an invitational. That's a lot of work. I wouldn't know where to start hosting an invitational. And I've been doing this kind of stuff for years, but I know there are people that are really good at it. And that's where things like the Maryland Mayhem is a result of people who knew how to host an event, getting together and talking and making it happen. Ragnar Oktoberfest, people who know how to run events, getting together and hosting an event. Survival Fest, people who know how to run big HVZs, getting together and pooling their knowledge. Well, the goal of the World Foam Alliance is to bring all those people together and see what we can make when everybody is brainstorming and working together. So, get involved.
Absolutely.
Join the World Foam
Yes.
Alliance. Participate.
Damn
Do
it,
your
be
part.
part of us.
We need
Help
you
us.
in the World Foam Alliance. I need to get my big foam finger and make.
That's right.
I had
Get
some
your
for the
top hat.
old auxiliary posters of the "We need you to join the auxiliary." We need the same thing, but it's Al the Geek giving you the eyebrow. I need you to form the World Foam Alliance.
Help me help you. Help me help you.
Miracle Grow for small clubs. That's kind of what we're going for.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to do some of the work. You're gonna have to sprinkle it around, but
That's right. But like Captain said, don't forget to register. YouTube channel as well. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers. Tell your friends, share it, please. Get people to register for it. We need to get to that 1,000. The more we get, the more things that we can do, which means it makes a better experience for you all as well. We are almost out of time. Virus, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on, dude. Thank you for winning. It's been and for winning, like not like begrudgingly, but actually happy to win, which also makes us happy. Although begrudgingly would have been a funny episode as well. Maybe we'll find
that
out.
would have been someone who just did not want to be here. We've just got like another foam person off the screen with a single Titan just pointed at him like, you will be on the street and you will pretend to like it.
Absolutely.
You refuse to play on it. We just black bag you and just have you on a GoPro in a basement somewhere with you tied to a chair. That would be fun.
Oh, we'll do that at Maryland Mayhem. We'll figure it out. Stay tuned.
A black bag.
Random winner.
Dude, that's awesome. Virus, though, final thoughts, questions, comments, and again, where people can find you.
Alrighty. It's been an absolute pleasure. Come to the next Foam's Giving. It's like a year out, but still go to it. Donate. You might even end up on here. I design stuff, and if you want to find it, it's pretty much exclusively going to be on Discord. I'll post it as Virus somewhere. Otherwise, go to your local events. Join the World Foam Alliance. Find local events and go to them. Nerf is a lot of fun when you get to play it.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much. And again, just I guess a quick roundup in terms of what's coming up. So again, next episode of Foam Zone. I almost called it Dark Zone. Foam Zone with Andrew, aka Dark Sweep, where our guest will be hopefully still in here. Andrew, tell us who's on your show next Wednesday. So again, Foam Zone next Wednesday. The Range with Captain Xavier tomorrow. He's going to throw something together. It's going to be fun as well. This past Monday, we were supposed to have another episode of Lightning Hour featuring Captain Xavier. Sophie came down with the flu. She wanted to do it. We told her, are you nuts? Go get some rest and get better. So that will be rescheduled. I don't know if we have a date. Have we rescheduled the official day yet?
Not that I know of. I don't know if that was going to be a once a month, every other week, or how often that was going to happen. But as long as it's a Monday, I'll be free. So
it'll be a Monday. It is once a month. So we'll check in with her, but also stay tuned and we'll let you know the next episode of Lightning Hour with Sophie Lightning will be on. Next episode of Get Off My Lawn is within 2 weeks. And we already know who our guest is for a change. It's going to be Containment Crew. And we're going to talk about the things they do, talk about their successful charity drive as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. Again, worldfoamalliance.org is live. It is up and running. Go register if you haven't registered. Hit the like button, share the button, share, like, subscribe, like, share, like, subscribe, share the YouTube channel, please. Participate. Help me help you. World Foam Alliance. Come on, people. Other than that, there's probably more stuff, but you know what? Hit our socials, hit the Discord, ask a question.
I got stuff to do. I got to go put on pants and film a video.
Yes, and for that video, that'll be $50 in his Patreon, and you'll get special access to.
I genuinely keep wanting to either. I probably wouldn't actually do it on OnlyFans. I'd probably do it as a YouTube subscription. It would just be the B-roll footage of me picking up darts on the range. Just want to see an old man bend over 150 times. Wearing pants.
Old man break back.
It's just
Yes.
me complaining over and over again. You can hear my knees popping every time.
That's awesome. No. All right. Well,
run through and make a mess.
yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, King of Games. Sorry, next episode of Foam Zone, King of Games. Kale is going to be on with Dart Sweep. He is a great dude, man. He is very fun, and he actually did very well at Foam Giving. So again, Foam Zone
doubled the value in an hour. I need to learn how that man streams.
we'll sort it out. So again, from all of us to all of you, man, much love. Have fun foam flinging. Be good to one another. And we will see you all soon, man. Good night, everybody. Thank you much.
Good night. Get off my lawn.